Hi, I'm Yasmin Alice and you're watching Amnesty International. If you want to know what's happening in the world and what your rights are as a member of the human family, you've come to the right place. So, what does a hard hat, a lemon, a bandana and swimming goggles have in common? No, it's not what I wear out on a Friday night. Actually, these could come in very handy during a protest. And today, I'll be talking to you about how to protest peacefully and safely, as well as what to do when things don't go as planned. But before we get started, please hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Right, protests. Peaceful protest is a powerful way to have your voice heard.
I have a dream.
Gandhi began his most daring experiment.
Most men were amazed. Why were women fighting for the vote?
Whatever you may think about these historic movements, you can't deny their impact on society. Protests can be inspirational and a lot of fun, but they can also feel quite intimidating. Trust me, I've been there.
To have our voices heard.
Whatever your beliefs, you have a right to gather in public and make your voice heard. So, first things first. Before you reach for your megaphone and your placard, find out what you're protesting about. It sounds obvious, but a little bit of knowledge will go a long way. So, do your homework. Protests are always focused on a specific issue, like police brutality, anti-austerity, or LGBTI rights. You don't need to be an expert on the subject to take part in a protest, but it's a good idea to do some research. So at the very least, find out who's organizing the protest and what they're protesting for or against. Know your rights. It's your human right to gather in public and make your voice heard. The rights to freedom of peaceful assembly and expression are protected by the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Unfortunately, governments don't always respect these rights. Did you know that Israel has been banning Palestinians from organizing any protest since 1967? This is what life can be like for Palestinians under Israeli occupation. In June 2018, Saudi Arabia finally lifted its ban on women drivers. But were you aware that prominent women's rights campaigner Loujain Al-Hathloul is still behind bars? She's one of several women jailed for their activism, protesting a law that now the Saudi king has himself overturned. In Istanbul, Turkey, gay pride had been happily and peacefully celebrated by the LGBTI community since 2003. But did you know Turkish authorities banned Pride in 2015, citing security reasons? Even so, thousands of people still turn up every year, but police respond with brutal force. So, wherever you are in the world, make sure you know the local laws and how the authorities are likely to respond to a protest. Plan ahead. As you can see, it's very important to decide who you're going with. You need to watch each other's backs, so only go with people you trust. And make sure you know how to stay in touch and where you'll meet if you get split up. There are some great apps out there to help you do this. Google Maps allows you to share your location, great for locating buddies if you get lost. And Riot is an app specifically designed with activists and protesters in mind. It encrypts your messages so no one else can read them and works without an internet connection. Technology is rapidly evolving, so it's always a good idea to look up the latest apps available and check their security features. It is also important to check social media for updates from the protest organizers. Make sure you know the perimeters of the march and identify potential escape routes. Make a sign. If you do end up losing your friends, one of the best ways to stand out in a crowd is to hold up a placard or a sign. They're also a great way to deliver a message. So, pull out the art supplies and get creative. Just remember that words have power, so be thoughtful about your message. Check out these guys for some inspiration. Dress appropriately. This isn't right. Let's try this again. It's important to wear simple and comfortable clothes for a protest. But beware, you may need to accessorize your outfit. More on this in a moment. Pack the essentials. Take a small backpack, some snacks, a water bottle, a lemon, some cash, thank you, a phone. Oh, my mum's calling. Mum, I'm filming something. And your ID. If you have a gas mask or a hard hat or a helmet, if you have a gas mask, a hard hat or a bandana, pop those in your bag as well. And last but by no means least, pack some lemons. Stay tuned to find out why. Now you're packed and ready to go. At the protest. So, you're finally here. What next? Stay peaceful. A protest should not be violent. Demonstrators should march peacefully, and in a perfect world, the authorities would also abide by that. As we've seen, that's not always the case. But lead by example. Be calm and polite towards others and respect your surroundings. Be aware. Look out for troublemakers and stay well clear. Most protests will be fun and friendly, but sometimes things turn bad, and this can happen very quickly. In the unlikely event that things get out of hand and the crowd or authorities turn violent, look for your nearest escape route and make an early exit. Depending on where you are in the world, crowd control can be harsh. Police may use water cannons, rubber bullets, or even live ammunition. So be aware of what you're up against. Pepper spray or tear gas. While pepper spray is usually sprayed from a canister at close range, tear gas is delivered in the form of a grenade. It's fitted onto the end of a gas gun and fired with a blank shotgun cartridge. So you may hear shots being fired when tear gas is used. Although this may be scary, don't panic and assess the situation carefully. Tear gas grenades often explode in the air, delivering a metal container which will spew gas. This container will be hot, so do not touch it. Tear gas is intended to cause pain, so exposure to it is not fun. Symptoms include stinging and burning of the eyes, nose, mouth and skin, blurred vision, runny nose, salivation, coughing, exposed tissue may develop a rash and a chemical burn, and disorientation and confusion, which may lead to panic. The effects of the gas are usually temporary, and you can expect relief from most of the symptoms within a couple of hours of exposure. The best defense against tear gas is a gas mask, but if you don't have one of these, you can use shatter-resistant swimming goggles and a bandana. The goggles will help protect your eyes, while a bandana soaked in lemon juice will counteract the chemicals found in tear gas, helping you to breathe. And of course, a hard hat is good protection against any projectiles like rocks that may be thrown. Participate. You've seen the worst that can happen, and although some protests can become hostile, they can also be inspirational and a lot of fun. You'll meet like-minded people, and if you're comfortable, take part in chants or songs. Afterwards, well done, you've taken part in a protest. But that's not the end of the story. Remember to take action. A protest is an important tactic, but it's often the first step in activism, not the last. So, make sure to follow up on what you've learned at the protest and find out what else you can do. Is there a petition, a debate, or other social action you can participate in? Connect with a wider audience on the issue on social media and educate friends and family. That's it for today. I'm Yasmin Alice and you've been watching Amnesty International. We hope that you enjoyed this video. So please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss the next episode.